What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Welcome into the first of 3 T20 internationals taking on the arch foe Australia. And today we actually have a lot to talk about. A hell of a lot going on around the world of international cricket. I think last night alone, 3 games, including the test match against New Zealand and India. And there was a game that was played was it last night or the night before? I'm not 100% sure. But we're going to start off first with the New Zealand-India test, which is heading into day 5 tonight. And you'd have to say that New Zealand are basically teetering on defeat. India did well in their second innings. I think they scored I think they got close to 400 actually, so it's a very good effort, especially on a pitch that did start to do a lot in the second innings. For them to come back as they did, very, very well done. And they left New Zealand, I think, about 400 runs left to chase, which in the fourth innings, you know, regardless of where you are, is a huge chase, especially in the subcontinent where the pitch is going to start to spin and turn and move an absolute mile. And that's what we've seen so far on day 4. New Zealand, I think, are about 90... I'm trying to think. I think they're about 94 for 4, still about 300 runs behind, only 6 wickets left in hand. Ronke and Santner are now. Ronke has surprised me a little bit in this test match. He has been, I guess you'd probably say, a little bit better than a lot would expect. He was close to, I was going to say top scorer in the first innings. That wasn't the case. That went to Kane Williamson. But was, yeah, close. Had a decent innings. I think he had 40-odd in the first innings. He's on about 40-odd here in the second innings as well. And this has not been a good first over for us. We've been taken for 14 off the first one, and we're looking to come back stronger in that second over and remaining overs after that there. But Finch and Warner just doing the job on us at the moment. I was going to say it would be nice to come in and have, I guess, some fielding restrictions off, but that's not the case. So far, 2 wickets have gone down in the meantime, and that is... well, it is just absolutely superb. We will take that because Australia have got off to a very good start here. But back to that New Zealand-India game. You know, New Zealand, they were really in it. I think they were on top heading into day 3 just with how things had gone. But just had, you know, a few struggles here and there, and that has gone and cost them, especially in the third innings that India were batting in, just to not go. And I guess take those wickets really is just a big hiccup, and it has, as I said, made it very hard. Chasing 400 in the fourth innings, New Zealand's second innings at bat is always going to be a very tough ask, no matter where in the world you go, no matter how good your batting lineup is. So, New Zealand, I think the game definitely is going to have a result. I don't think that there will be a draw. I think 6 wickets left to go in the day, 300 runs, could go either way. I don't think New Zealand will try and play it out. Possibly they could, but I think they've lost a few too many wickets early on in the day to possibly go and do that there. And we're just getting targeted over that cover region here today. I mean, that is probably the 3rd boundary that Finch has hit us over there. And it was a good over up until then. We had only gone for 1 run off 4 balls. We had found the outside edge as well. But just struggling to get those wickets. I mean, on Friday we were so productive with the ball in my career reborn, but not the case here today as we've gone for 20 inside our first 2 overs. Hopefully now with the fielding restrictions off, we will be able to go and put up a little bit more of a fight. The other bowlers, they're doing their bit. They're picking up wickets left, right and centre, but for us, just not quite doing the same. I'm going to continue with the same tactic. Got 2 men out on the leg side now on the boundary, so hopefully we can get it straight enough and get him to do exactly that. And if that does happen, then we are potentially in with a chance of a catch out on the boundary, or even that man close in. Sorry, at square leg is going to be in with a chance. So I did say at the start of this video there were a few more games that were going on. T20 series, which I think has been concluded. I think it was just a 2-match series. Could be a 3-match series between Pakistan and West Indies. That is in Dubai, I believe, or Abu Dhabi. I'm not 100% sure. But Pakistan up 2-0 in that series. Again, not sure if it's a 2 or a 3-match series. West Indies were completely blown out of the water in the first game. It was only thanks to Dwayne Bravo that they actually managed to get a decent score on the board. I think his runner ball 55, I believe, got them up. I say decent score, but it was still only 110. Pakistan getting there very comfortably, I think, within 14 overs, possibly only 1 wicket down as well. So a big win for them in that first T20. And West Indies did put up a bit more of a fight in the second one, but still going down. I think this time by about 20 runs from memory. So Pakistan obviously showing that they are such a good T20 team when they get it right, and obviously the #1 test ranked team in the world. But it is strange because one-day internationals, they do really struggle, and I do not know why it is when they're so good at the other two formats. So it is a little bit strange. We get a bit of a strange dismissal, get a bit lucky and pick up Finch. He was looking to go, I guess, that area that he's gone all day over, I guess, that mid-off cover region. We have gone, he's got it off the toe end of the bat and it has gone straight to Tim Southee. So we pick up our first wicket in our third over. Now back to those other games. South Africa took on Ireland. Not too sure what this series is about. I'm not sure if Ireland are actually going there and touring or what the story is, but they got absolutely humbled in their first game. Lost by, I think, about 200 runs. South Africa putting 350 on the board, and always going to be tough to chase, even against not a full-strength South African side. AB de Villiers missing from this team again, and JP Duminy picking up 4 wickets in that game as well. And finally, we move on to a battle of, I guess, I don't want to say minnows, but the smaller Asian countries, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, and now this is going to be a very good series. I think for the neutral to watch, with the series going on at the moment, this is probably going to be one of the closest, and as I said, for the neutrals, one of the best to watch, just because the teams are quite evenly matched, playing, you know, in similar conditions. And it will be a good test, I think, not only for Bangladesh but for Afghanistan as well. It's been a long time since we have talked about Bangladesh, you know, playing international cricket. Afghanistan, obviously, the fairy tale story, making it to the World Cup, and they're just one of those teams that continues to grow in leaps and bounds year in and year out in international cricket. And a lot of people saying potentially they are in line for, I don't want to say a test call-up, but gaining test status along with Ireland very, very soon. So it would be interesting to see what happens there, and we will have to watch this space, just like we need to watch the space here. We've finished up our 4 overs, 2 for 29, really pulled it back in those last 2 overs, only went for 9, picking up 2 wickets as well. And Australia, 6 for 80 after 11 overs, so they are really in a spot of trouble here, and it will be interesting to see if we do get a bat, which I believe we will, to possibly go and take us up 1-0 in this first of 3 T20 internationals against Australia. But we are going to have to do it quite hard. 42 of 24 needed, so that is 10.5 an over required, and we still have 5 wickets left in the bag. So, you know, we can do this. We just need to get, you know, the right deliveries, the right balls, and get some boundaries away early in the over, because 38 off 18, it's not impossible, but it is tough. So we are going to have to get those boundaries, as I said, early on in the piece. Now, if you did tune into Friday's video, I did say I was going to have a slight change up in recording, so I will go through that now that we do have a little bit of time as we're finishing off this game with the bat. So basically my Rugby Challenge series, I'm cutting them. They're useless. No one seems to watch them. No one seems to enjoy them. I don't even seem to enjoy recording them anymore. And that is potentially part of the reason that they aren't doing very well. So that is going to be replaced on Tuesday, first of all, with Everybody's Tennis. So that's a game I'm really looking forward to. Just something, you know, a PS2 classic, and it should just be a little bit of fun. So hopefully that can be all good. Wednesday we're going to keep the same. We're going to keep that batting career. Thursday we're going to shift cricket coach there. So that will give us some cricket coach during the week. That is Thursday. Friday still going to be the same, My Career Reborn, until Don Bradman 17 comes out, and then we are going to go and look at trying changing a few things up. So that's Friday. Saturday we are going to rock with some FIFA 17, which is coming out on Thursday, so very, very close. I've got about 3 or 4 excuse me, different series ideas for that. So we'll be looking forward to getting that through and just seeing how the different series go and how you guys react to them. So it should be a fair bit of fun. And then Sunday, sticking with Cliffy's Champions League as we roll things towards the end of the season. So there's a lot that is coming up. I'm going to possibly look at returning, doing a bit of streaming, doing some walkthroughs on the channel as well, some playthroughs, just as I said, to give it something a little bit different, because I feel at the moment things aren't stale, but you know, they're much of the same. They're repeated, they're repetitive, the same things happening every week. You know, we're getting My Career where we're going and having a bit of a bat in a T20. We're having batting career where we're going and batting in a T20, and My Career Reborn where we're bowling in a T20. So just want to go and try and change it up a little bit. We're still in this game. We've just hit 100 meter 6, and that does go and make it 18 off 4. So as I said, still not out of it, but we can't afford any dot balls here. We just need to continue to keep getting boundaries. And I think now it is still on technically. We've got Ross Taylor down on strike, but we needed to go for the boundaries. So we go for 14 off 8, and it is looking as though Australia are going to run away winners in this first T20 international. But there is still 3 balls left. Ross Taylor on strike. He has done it before. I'm sure he's hit 3 sixes in a row, but not the case here today. Australia just too strong for this New Zealand side. Aaron Finch, man of the match, 38 off 29. And we got 2 for 29. Didn't quite make it into the batting charts. 14 off 9 from memory. So we were close in that man of the match discussion, but couldn't quite get there. But Australia win the first T20 by 12 runs. We'll be back next week to play the second and hopefully be back level in this series. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter. Links to that can be found down below in the description. Hope you had a good weekend and have a good week planned. I know school holidays here in New Zealand, so make sure you go in and show support for all the videos that are coming out over the next 2 weeks. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. As I said, new video, new series, everybody's tennis. Make sure you do not miss that.